everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, my name is Megan, and today we are going to do my week 4 spending tracker. This is just a weekly view on how my budget is going. We are in our final week, so you get to see our ending results, so that is awesome. Sorry with all the background noise that you can hear in the background. My husband's yelling with the kids and my washer's going, so sorry if you can hear all of that noise. But let's just get right into this video. So we have our daily spending tracker here and our weekly spending tracker here. These sheets are from my Etsy shop. It's called BudgetQueenShop. Go check it out if you're interested. I did have another page that had my week 4 on it, but it was just like my cell phone bill and my credit card bill. So this is where the expenses start to happen. And then down here is where our week 4 is. So it is from the 19th to the 25th. And now I'm going to just write all my expenses in. So groceries, gas, eating out, oops, something spilled on that before, so sorry that the page is disgusting. My husband's spending, my spending, kids, household, and other. Sorry that this video is going out pretty late. I usually film these on Wednesday or Thursday and then they go up the same day. But this week has been crazy hectic, so it's coming to you on Saturday, so woohoo. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you could see a little closer, and we'll get right into our weekly spending tracker. All right, I zoomed you guys in quite a bit here so you can have a good view of what's going on. Now what we do is we take our expenses here, so mine are the same each week, but yours could be different. So let's start with groceries. So what we do is we go down the list and we add up every transaction of that expense. So groceries, we have it for $58.53, and then here is when I would put a little dot beside it so I make sure I'm not missing anything. So that's the groceries, $13.46 as well, $103.39, and $15.51. So all together, my groceries for this week was $190.89, and I try to stick with a $200 budget. This month has been pretty wishy-washy with being on that budget, but in July we're making sure we stick to it. So we will do the category balances after we finish our spend. So gas, you can see that we didn't spend anything, so we'll just put 0. Here is eating out. We did do a lot of eating out this week. $9.95 here. I think that was a Tim Hortons run, and then we went out for some A&W because my son requested it, and then another Tim Hortons run. I know we shouldn't be going out at all. It was just a tough week, so we result in eating out when we have tough weeks, which is bad, but it is what it is. So we know for next month not to do that and to really watch our spending with that. So with my husband's spending, you can see he spent $20 here. I can't remember what on exactly. For my spending, I didn't spend anything, so that is 0. For kids, we have $10 here. I think I got them a little game from the grocery store, like a little Peppa Pig dress-up game that's like magnets and stuff. It's really, really cool. I wanted it for a while. So household, 0. When you're a early childhood educator or a teacher, you just see these things and like think it's super cool, especially for your kids. So I have a weakness with getting like toys and stuff for my kids because I am an early childhood educator, so that's that. And other is $5. I did have an overdraft fee. I accidentally transferred too much into my savings account, and I was like $10 over in my overdraft. So I immediately put that money back in my checkings account, but since it went under, I got charged with it, which sucks, but it happens. So I will try not to do that next time. So the total for our spent was $293.81. So really good week for us. I told you guys in the last weekly check-in that we were going to spend just the minimum amount, and we really tried to stick to that. Except for our eating out, that was bad, but other than that, we did really good this week. This is what I want each week to look like, around $200 for groceries and then $100-ish for the miscellaneous or other categories that we have. So now I'm going to remove this sheet and we are going to do our category balance. So to get our category balance from week to week, so what you do is you go to your week previous. So for groceries, mine was $164.79. That was my category balance. I take my new spent amount and then I subtract that from the category balance, which gives me a new total of negative $26.18. So for us to be negative $26.18 for groceries is huge. Usually we're over by like $400 for groceries, so that is amazing for us. I'm so excited. So for last week we had $17.28 for gas. We didn't spend anything, so we still have $17.28. For eating out, we were negative $104.15 and we spent $67.92, so we are over by a lot, by $172.07. So I'm very kind of like ashamed about that. I really don't like to be over, so I'm sorry for that. Negative $94.42 for my husband. My husband went golfing, so that's what that was for. He loves golfing and I only let him do it like once a month, so it's very expensive where we live, so I only let him do it occasionally. So with the $20, that is negative $114.42. I was negative $54.47, so that is that. I didn't spend anything this week, so it's still the same. We had $101 for the kids. We spent $10, so we still have $91. So really good on the kids spending and whatnot. My son's out of diapers. For his naps and sleep time, he still wears diapers because he's not like fully potty trained, but that is cutting down on a lot of diaper expenses, and my daughter's slowly weaning off of formula, so that's really good as well. So for household, we were negative $9.28. We spent $0, so we're still negative $9.28. And then for other, we were negative $79.66. We spent $5, so now we're negative $84.66. So now we add and subtract all these numbers and we are negative a total of $352.80. So that's pretty bad for us, honestly. It was a lot of that eating out was huge, and my husband going golfing. I don't have the problem with my husband going golfing, but I do have a problem with how much we ate out this month, which is crazy. My husband and I did have a date night, so that was a lot of that, but we need to tone down on the eating out. This is also why I love doing these weekly spending trackers. You can kind of see how you did the whole month, like each week, so you can go into next month knowing what your goals are and what you need to be doing different. So now we'll go to the top portion where we have the monthly budget and write out the actual amounts. So let's just do that. Okay, so now you guys can see the budgeted amount. We're going to write in our actual amounts. What I did for this is I added up week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and then that gives you the actual total. I add it all up, and then I make sure that these 4 totals down here add up to my main total right there, and it did. So it was perfect. All of my spending for my expenses were right on track, so that's that. So for groceries, I spent $1,032.95. So just a little bit over budget. I was like super close. So I'm really happy with us with that spending. So we were over by $26.18, which is amazing for us. For gas, we spent $62.72. And what you do to get this plus and minus, it's the exact same as down here for week 4, because you're ending with that amount. So, oops, sorry. So I wrote the brackets for the next like gas section, and I didn't mean to do that because we are positive. I only do the brackets when we're negative in that section, so $17.28. And then I thought I messed up the groceries, so I scratched it out, and then I had to get my white out. So here's for me and rushing. That's always why it's nice to like take your time while doing things. I always rush because I have kids yelling at me all the time to hurry up. So Anyways, for eating out, we spent $202.07, which is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm so sorry guys that I spent that. $172.07. My husband feels guilty about it as well, so you know when it's you know when you spend bad when your husband feels bad about it. So husband spending $114.42, so we are over by $114.42. And then for me, I spent $54.47, so I was over by $54.47. And then for kids, we spent $109, so we still had $91. And then for household, we spent $59.28. We were over, oops, slow down. We were over by $9.28. And then for other, this is like a miscellaneous category, $134.66. So we were over by $84.66. So our total actual amount spent was $1,769.57. So we were over again by $352.80. So yeah, again, quite a bit of a difference. I had a lot of questions in my last month's video because we were negative as well in that video, like always. If I go into debt with this money, and no, we do not. We only use the money that we have with our income. We never go into debt for our expenses. We noticed that we had a little bit extra in the account and then spent a little bit more on eating out. Like with our date night that we had, my husband and I really needed a date night away from the kids. It was just a couple hours and then we got the kids back for the night. But for that, we looked at our budget. We realized that we had a little bit of extra money sitting in our account that we could do something with. And so we made an executive decision to take that little bit of extra money and go on a date night that we absolutely needed. So that's how we manage our money with our expenses. No, we don't go into debt, and we manage it very well with the money that we have in our account. So hopefully that clears up that question. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm again so sorry that we are over by quite a bit. Moving into July, my husband and I are being very strict. We have almost got my husband's credit card paid off, which will be in a video in July about around the 6th or something like that. I am going camping from the 2nd to the 8th. So whenever I can get that video done for you guys, I'll probably get it done after my camping trip, just so everything clears the account. So like if I pay my credit card that's due on the 30th, all of the interest and that kind of stuff doesn't come out and finalize until about the 4th or the 5th. So I like to do it around the 6th to the 9th-ish of our monthly debt update. So anyways, our goals for July are to spend less on our expenses, especially groceries. I want to stick to around $200 a week. I don't want to eat out as much, and I want to keep the other expenses as low as possible. And that way we make a little bit extra money to start working on my credit card, which is exciting. So anyways, that's my plans for July. I hope you guys have liked this video, and I'll see you guys in my biweekly budget number 2 results video and my June results video coming early in this upcoming week. So maybe Monday or Tuesday. I do go camping on Thursday, so I'm gonna get those videos done for you guys then. So thank you guys so much for watching again. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.